come say hi. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. Stanley just climbed up on the ladder. Stanley, say hi, meow meow. There's my stand. Here's my cat stand. My cat stand. A little towel sitting on the ladder. So that's my camera mount. I don't know why people spend so much money on freaking microphones and, their background and aesthetics. I'm like, dude, and all their freaking, what they're saying is just like basic, common, stuff that everybody knows, This information is just, either you know it or you don't. Either you agree with somebody on what they know or you don't. You bring it onto your truth. That makes some facts actual to you based on your life experience, God, he's a pretty cat. So, I listened to a couple talks today. Simon from, what does he do? He does the, the geometry stuff. What's this called? I can't remember what it's called anyway. Getting a lot of the same vibe. I mean, different storylines, but a lot of different people saying the same stuff. Literally, too. I mean, there's points and there's catchphrases in spirituality. I'm like, oh, we're going through that phase, Were they gonna say that particular catchphrase? I don't want to say it. I'm thinking it though, because I don't want to perpetuate it. So, anyway, the world is not what it used to be. The world is constantly changing, and it is changing and so fast. You talk to people in the grocery store line about how fast time is going by, and everybody agrees. Yep. Before you know it, people are going to be like, can you believe it's already Christmas? So, I feel pretty good today, minus my migraine. And I don't know what it's going to take to get this energy to shift, but I freaking can't wait till he does it soon. But the vibe I'm getting from how things are going to go is definitely people are going to be living more or from their heart space or from your ego. I mean, that doesn't even seem right. It's either going to be more from ego or more from a balanced place. Okay, because people have been living from their heart space, and people have been living from their ego, and now the balance has to come in. And he's coming down the ladder. He goes down the feet. There's a ladder in the living room, a big one, old one, wooden one. I'm gonna make a big old cat toy for him. He goes up and down it all day long. He loves it. It's like it's cat aesthetics. Huh? Your gymnastics, meows. So, and you're going to be able to see the people recognize them real quick. Those folks that they're going to be living from their ego and have just decided that we're going to live in a 3D based world, and that's what they've chosen in this incarnation. And thank you for leaving, and we'll just leave it be. Those are the fancy things the impractical things. The world has everything it needs on it right now. She's going through a cleansing because, basically we're the cancer on her. There's a virus. We're the virus on her. We've become this thing that has caused more harm than good, and she's, she doesn't care if we're here or not. She's going to do what she needs to do to take care of herself. So she's going through a great cleansing right now, and we're going along for the ride. So the earth is going through a great deal of changes and rebirth and earth and, and all this stuff, and we can adapt, or we can and get in a place where people are feeling safe regardless of what happens. There's so many people on the planet right now that just don't feel safe for whatever reason. And that's the thing, is you can't have, that's how the freaking control freaks like it, because you can't have fear and faith at the same time. So if you're worried about being fearful of a freaking virus or this or that or this, you don't have faith. You're not having any time to have faith in the beliefs that the earth is actually can be better, and we can have closer to heaven on earth. If more and more people just start thinking the same, less and less people start thinking that profiting from blowing up people in other countries is in any way benefit to us. It's, nobody wants that. Nobody wants puddles of freaking refugees walking around the planet, you know. And more puddles are being made all the time because of the earth changes, you know. So whether we make the reasons for whether they're climate refugees or freaking war refugees, you know, it's like enough is enough. Let's get shelter for people and stop, you know, these developers. That's all ego stuff, man. Look what I can do. I get a vision, and then it's like, oh, the more money I spend on something, the better it is. And the fact of the reality is that is a bunch of crap, because there's plenty of cars on the road I see every day that are just freaking junk. Kitty, kitty, kitty! Total junk, and they're freaking 80, 90, $100,000, $120,000 cars are all over. Because I live in a state capital, and that's what they all deserve. They all tell themselves that that's what they deserve because they all work so hard, you know, doing nothing and just passing, you know, not ever accomplishing anything takes a lot of skill and a lot of work. Kitty, kitty, kitty. So you gotta kitty, kitty. You know, treat yourself with Teslas and those things that important people drive. And those, you know, Audis and Range Rovers that important people drive. So, you know, you can separate yourself from your constituents that you're passing by on the roads, you know, all the homeless that sleep in tents as you go to work each day. When there's empty buildings everywhere, all it takes, dude, the homeless problem would be solved. All you go by one hotel, put them all in there, you know, and then all of a sudden you're worried about cost. But when it's related to your ego, you're not, you know. That's all the sick and twisted that's coming out being revealed, you know. I don't want to call it mental illness because it's spiritual illness. It is. It's all spiritual illness. It's people that freaking think that they're just the one-hit wonder and that they're just, you know, here to do things how they want it, when it's not good for the collective. It's not good for the whole. The world's going to change as soon as a few things will happen. As soon as 51% will start living more from a balanced place of ego and heart, that's when the world will change, and not until then. Right now, 51% is completely living from ego, at least. So this is the world we get. So things are going to get more violent. I found it really, 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 really interesting when white supremacist groups get police escorts, parades get police escorts, and then anti-KKK groups, protesters in Oregon, on the East Coast. Oregon is not the state, which it used to be. They get arrested. Well, because they did stupid stuff. You don't vandalize, you know. That's one thing. You got to stay on the right side of the law. You're going to be protesting out there. You know, you're going to get arrested. It's one thing, but you're going to get arrested for stupid crap like vandalism and stuff like that. Don't be dumb, you know. Because the freaking white supremacists over on the east side of freaking the country are making you look bad because they get a police escort. Because they're just good old boys, you know, never meaning no harm. I saw a Confederate flag, and it was at this burger place, at a place where I won't go to buy burgers for Mom anymore. The quality is just bad, and clientele is iffy. It's at a Confederate flag, and I was talking to my buddy at the laundromat, you know, 'cause it's right there by there, and I was like, what does that mean to you? She's like, hey, Marge, you want to go burn that flag? And I'm like, well, part of me wants to, but part of me is just curious of where the mentality is, you know. Do they just believe in it because their pa does, you know, and his pa did? I mean, what does it mean to him? So it probably doesn't even have any meaning to him. He's probably just a freaking redneck hit that likes stirring up the pot, that just is a shit stir, you know. That misogynistic freaking toxic masculinity that is just stuck in the vein of Uncle Sam. He's been getting a freaking buzz off for decades and decades, centuries, you know. All the wars. Have you ever seen pictures of Uncle Sam? Look at pictures of Uncle Sam. He's this big old roided out freaking white dude, you know. I want you. I am in charge, you know. Might is right. If you don't do what I say, I will kill you. All that stuff. You deserve a gun, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, everybody, you know, all these kids are becoming more sensitive and just grow up playing video games. You don't got nobody to freaking man your wars no more, so you just put more money into, like, you know, like, more expensive, killing machines that one person can operate, because you don't have a war. You don't have the, you know, because less and less people are buying into your freaking nonsense, you know. People want to kill people, and it's against universal law. What you put out comes back to you, yeah. It's a song, Lauryn Hill. Check it out. So more people are gonna be shorting out, man. It's just gonna be freaking nuts. All I see is like what I see. It's like the bar in Star Wars. I see like Fifth Element, the hub, the travel hub. It's just because people don't have a filter. They haven't, because of the internet. They've lost the ability to contain themselves. So now they're going out in the world and they're letting it all loose too, because they got used to doing it behind an autonomous veil. And you know, most people are just gonna look at them like they're crazy, you know. But sometimes fights are gonna start, you know. Violence is gonna ensue, you know. Or do people still recognize politics as being, you know, two-sided? Or are they starting to figure out that it's one entity and it's just a freaking smoke and mirrors game, and it's all to freaking absorb the little guy's freaking resources, so freaking old white dudes can get richer. They're still I mean, it's like, it's the astrology, you know, all astrology, we got a chance to do it right, and they're still taking people's land. They're still taking indigenous people's land. In freaking Canada, it's happening right there now. It's like all this, you know, this colonial versus, you know, control versus earth and freedom is coming back around and people have a chance to do the right thing. They have a chance to do the right thing and not be control and withholding and all, and do all that nasty low vibrational behavior. A lot of people aren't going to choose wisely, so, you know, just learn to listen to yourself. If you don't feel like going out, and you don't have to go out, and you know, if you're in a place and you're already out and you don't feel like you need to be there anymore for whatever reason, or something, you get an air of caution from anyone you ever come across, get away, you know, just listen to yourself. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. It didn't turn out how I planned it at all, but what are you gonna do? It's not me, it's all divine. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.